Wanted to talk about the Bride movie, which is one of my favorite movies of this year. I don't watch a lot of movies. In fact, I don't really. I think a lot of Hollywood movies are garbage. But I wouldn't say this was a Hollywood movie. I think Hollywood hates this movie because Hollywood has like rated this one of the worst movies of the year. And I started to recently realize that a lot of the movies that I do like, Hollywood hates because Hollywood, there are a bunch of creeps in Hollywood. So Hollywood, they don't like movies that are like normal people movies. You know what I mean? Like Hollywood is run by a bunch of weirdos. So they like movies, for example, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like those kind of movies. Hollywood likes movies like that. And I like movies for adults, like adult comedy, right? So I like movies for adults, by adults, for adults, adult comedy. And Hollywood, they're a bunch of creeps that run Hollywood. So they don't like movies that are for adults. You know what I mean? Hollywood hates movies that are for adults. Hollywood Hollywood loves kids movies because Hollywood's run by a bunch of creeps. So that's why I think Hollywood gave this a really bad rating, like one of the worst ratings that they've ever rated a movie for 2025. Brightheart. Brightheart's actually, I think, pretty funny compared to everything else on in Hollywood and out there. I mean, I haven't seen a good movie in years, honestly, like 7, 8 years, I would say. So Brightheart's actually not bad, and Brightheart makes a lot of jokes about rich elites, which I thought was hilarious. I haven't really seen many Hollywood movies that go after the rich elites that much, and Brightheart like jokes and jokes after rich elites, lots of jokes. The other thing too, I was watching Trish Reagan. I was watching one of her shorts, and she said something about, or it was a live stream, and she said something about the Nielsen ratings. Has anyone ever even gotten a Nielsen's ratings? Because the Nielsen's ratings decides what's popular, what's not popular. And I was thinking the same thing about, these Hollywood movie reviews. Like, who is dictating which movies are good, which movies are bad, right? Like they're saying, oh, Rotten Tomatoes rated this movie only whatever, 30%. Then you go to watch the movie and that's actually pretty good. And then if you go to watch a movie that Rotten Tomatoes was said was good, turns out it was awful. So who's doing these ratings? Like I said, Hollywood's run by creeps. So the Hollywood creeps, they don't like good movies. They don't like movies for adults, the Hollywood creeps. So they don't like this movie because it's for adults, it's adult comedy, it actually has jokes. And so Brightheart I thought was a good movie. And they actually make some really interesting, bizarre comments about like the rich elites and Hollywood. So I think that's especially why Hollywood hates this movie because like they start to really go in on the rich elites a few times in this movie. Now, I'm not going to give any I'm going to try not to give any spoiler alerts. So, well, first off, this is a spoiler alert warning. So if you don't want to get any spoiler alerts, then don't watch the rest of my live stream because or this live stream because it's gonna have spoiler alerts, obviously. So if you haven't watched the movie and you want to watch the movie first, then stop watching the live stream now. Go and watch Brightheart, and then come back and then see my movie review because I'm about to give a movie review of the movie. So there you go. You had the time to stop the live stream. Now I'm gonna go continue with the movie review. So I warned, I gave a spoiler alert warning already. So now I'm gonna continue with the movie review and there's gonna be some spoiler alerts, obviously. And so let's just play a clip now of the movie, and then I'll continue on from there. Okay.
Okay, everybody gather around. I just want to thank everybody for being here tonight. And I just want to say that you guys are in for a real treat. Right, so please keep it up for please. Thank you so much. You guys are so beautiful. I love you. Ryan, my darling. Yes, take a seat. 'Cause I had a little trouble figuring out what to get you as a gift because, you have everything, right? So this is part of your present, and the other part I will give you when we are alone together later, if you know what I mean. Okay, guess what? Yeah.
I'll turn it up a little bit because I don't think it's that loud, so that way you can hear the song.
What do we do?
I don't I don't normally like dancing stuff, but I thought this was actually pretty good. So I was actually surprised because I don't normally like dancing and stuff like that in in movies.
We worked on the bachelorette. Oh wait, you left early, so you didn't work with us. Oh my God, Sam, I'm so sorry. I guess you're gonna have to sit this one out. Won't be living a life alone. Yes, I know what you want. When you say that you love me so, my thoughts want to tell you more. Now I can give you what you like for life. Do you like what? Now I know that you put me down to
Okay, so I'm not gonna play too much of the movie because obviously, if you haven't seen it, and well, I already gave the spoiler alert. So, but also, obviously, I would be here forever if I played the whole movie. So I just want to play a little clip, and now I'm going to explain why I think it's a good movie and why I think people should watch it. Because the first thing is it does go after Hollywood. I was actually surprised how many jokes it makes about Hollywood and rich elites, and that's very refreshing in a movie. I haven't really seen that in Hollywood movies where they actually make fun of rich elites in Hollywood. And so that was actually interesting. Also, there's a lot of action in the movie. Like it's I was very impressed with the actors. Like, you know, the acting wasn't too bad either. There were some cringy moments, but aside from just a couple moments that were a bit cringy, the rest of the movie was pretty good. And the combat, like because obviously she's like a spy, right? She's a the premise of the movie. You saw in the commercial. You probably saw in the previews. She's like Brideheart. So just the title alone of the movie, Brideheart, right? It's a mix of Die Hard and Bridesmaids, right? Die Hard. So you kind of figure out what the movie's going to be about, right? She's kind of like a badass in the movie. And there's a lot of combat. There's a lot of action scenes. It's like if you watch a Die Hard movie, right? Except Brideheart. There's a lot of action scenes. It's very well choreographed. A lot of stunts. A lot of really like you could watch this movie 4 or 5 times and still notice things. You know what I mean? It's definitely not boring. Like every second something's happening, and you're probably gonna rewatch the movie for the stunts because they have stunts in this movie that you have to watch like 3 or 4 times just to see the stunt. Like it's very detailed or stunt. So I think that I want to say that I miss the days when actors like actually performed. And lately a lot of these new movies, they're like it's really lazy acting. And this movie Brideheart, I like it because they're like really into it. Like they really go full out. Like the actresses and the actors, like if you see the fight scenes, like pretty good fight scenes. Like considering these people aren't even like martial artists. This isn't like a martial arts movie, right? So you expect a martial arts movie to have like pretty good fight scenes, but this isn't really a martial arts movie. This is more of a comedy. And like it's funny to see these comedy actors who aren't really trained fighters, to see them do all these really choreographed fight scenes. I was really like you could really tell they really stepped out of their comfort box. So I really appreciate that. I was kind of impressed. I was like, these actors really worked for like, their paycheck. And so I kind of like that. I really like that. And of course, they made fun of the rich elites. They went after the rich elites, and I just thought it was a good movie, and I want to recommend you guys watch it. Bride Hard. I don't actually like a lot of movies, to be honest. So if I do actually find one that I think is pretty good, and I tell people you should watch it. Now, as for the thumbnail that I chose for the live stream, I should have said this at the beginning of the live stream. I was really hard for me to pick and choose which thumbnail I would choose for the picture of the live stream. But basically, there's a lot of moments in this movie that I can't show on YouTube because like there's a reason why this movie's rated 18A. So there's actually a lot of funny scenes that I can't talk about because like the movie's like clearly 18A for a reason, right? Um, so anyways, certain scenes in the movie I can't even describe because then YouTube, so you can't describe on YouTube, right? So the movie's 18A. It's 18 rated R for a reason. 18A for a reason, 18 plus. So I recommend you watch the movie, and I it's a good movie, Bride Hard, and I I think that at the end of the movie, well, like I said, I'm not gonna give spoiler alerts, but there is one interesting thing I will say, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. And so this is it. They have a scene in the movie where they show all of these gold bars, like lots of gold, 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 gold. And I wonder now if those were real gold bars. Probably, right? Was it? Yeah, I wonder now if in the movie if they showed real solid gold bars, golden bars, or if they were fake gold bars. They were probably real because I mean, they looked real. And I noticed that lately there's a lot of these people on this trend trying to promote buying gold, as gold is a secure investment. And sure enough, in this movie, the rich elites, they have a whole room full of golden bars, gold bars. So I wonder if this movie is trying to say something about that because there was some really interesting cryptic comments made by, obviously some of the characters in the movie about gold and about rich people investing in gold and having gold bars. So it's as if these people in this movie, it's as if they have like this clue as to like the stock market, the future, like the future of gold. You know what I mean? And I'm just wondering, like, are they trying to like warn people about maybe investing in gold is actually not a good idea? You see, there's a lot of hidden messages in movies, right? And in this movie, if you notice the last few months, the last year, there's been all of these people trying to promote and say, oh, you should invest in gold. You should invest in gold and gold, whatever currency, and go back to the gold standard. You should invest in gold. And then now this movie suddenly is making jokes about, about investing in gold. And I'm almost wondering if it's as if this movie's trying to warn people or something about investing in gold. Really interesting. But obviously, like, it's just a movie, and I don't know for sure. But there were a lot of jokes in the movie that were kind of true to life, and they do make jokes about like real life things, right? And there were actually also gay jokes in the movie, but they were only about lesbians. A lot of lesbian jokes, kind of. But they did it really in a tasteful way. It was really tasteful lesbian jokes. So I liked the movie. It's called Brideheart. I'm not gonna give away the whole movie. I didn't give away the movie because I did say I did announce a spoiler alert at the beginning of the live stream. So if you haven't watched Brideheart, you should go watch it. Brideheart. It's a good movie. It's kind of funny, and it's a movie you could watch a few times because like you're gonna appreciate the stunts that they do, like really cool stunts, and they got some really cool like they got some pretty funny jokes. And it's all right. I mean, the movie, it's not my favorite movie, but it's definitely not the worst. It's like compared to everything else that's out there in Hollywood right now, it's definitely one of the better one. It's a pretty good movie compared to everything else that's out there. So, but I was really more shocked about the gold stuff, like, because I'm like wondering now, like, do these people know something about gold and investing in gold and why it's not going to be a good idea in the future? I don't know. And then the other thing I was wondering about is in one of the comments, she makes a comment about China, and I was like, it was kind of bizarre. She made a really bizarre comment about China, and of course we're all worried about China right now, right? Because every country's scared of China. China is becoming extremely dangerous country, and so in this movie, I know it's a comedy movie, I know it's just a comedy movie, but she did at one point make a comment about China, which was really bizarre, and I was like, oh, what's going on in this movie? Are they trying to warn us something about China? So, anyways, like I said, it could just be a movie. Obviously, well, it is just a movie. It's a comedy movie. But sometimes these movies they try to give you hints and hidden messages and tell you about stuff, and they do make fun. It's true to life. They do make a lot of jokes that are true to life. So watch the movie, and that's that. And yeah, thank you for watching the live stream.